Every day means every day. And in this video, if you are struggling to find your purpose, your calling, your mission, your North Star, that direction in your life, I promise you this video is going to be revolutionary for you. I've got a tip, a little tactic, a strategy that I've literally never heard anybody else talk about. Now, before we get into this, if you want a full A to Z explanation about how to find your purpose in life, I've also done other videos on this topic a long time ago on this channel. I'm going to link it down below in the description. Make sure you check that out first and then come back here to get this extra bonus tip, which is going to add a whole other layer of depth to the conversation. Now, why is this something that I'm so passionate about? This concept of finding purpose and meaning and direction in life. Well, to be honest with you, it's something that I've struggled with for a really long time. I know that sounds kind of ironic. If I'm the motivational speaker and the peak performance coach and the strategy guy, why am I the one who has struggled for years finding purpose in life? Well, ironically, you typically tend to become good at teaching other people how to overcome the same things that you overcame, which is why I think I'm actually very uniquely qualified to talk about this topic. Because after I retired from the sport of gymnastics at, I'd say the age of about 22, I had spent the last 12 years of my life, from the time I was 10 years old to the time that I was 22, which you're hardly even conscious before you're 10 anyway. So really, all of my awake life, I had spent 100% dedicated and focused on the sport of gymnastics. It was all that I thought about. Even when I was in college and I was in class, I would sit there and write out gymnastics routines instead of listening to the lecture. It's a miracle that I graduated from Michigan. But that's how obsessed and how focused I was about my sport. I was working out 7 hours a day during the summer of my either my sophomore or junior year. But it was just this ridiculous amount of time that I was putting into this thing. And that had been my central identity. I had this toxic attachment to it. It was not something that I did. It was who I was. And so when I retired from that, I had PTSD, post-traumatic sports disorder. And I didn't know who I was or what I was supposed to be doing in life, because the weird thing is when you lose that core focus, because when you're on a sports team, it's very simple. Win a national championship. That's what we're here to do. There is no ambiguity. There's no choice. There's no decision. There's no, oh, I wonder what I want to do today. It's you train for the purpose of winning. It's very clear cut. And so when you get out of that system, all of a sudden you're faced with this endless potentiality, especially if you believe in yourself. And if you watch this channel, you certainly should. What I mean by that is, if you really believe in yourself, you should think, you know what? I could be a doctor if I wanted to. I could be a lawyer if I wanted to. I could be an entrepreneur if I wanted to. But then each one of those categories has branches that stem off from it as well. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, you could be a speaker, you could have a supplement line, you could have coaching companies, or you could do coding, and you could do live events for people. You could, I'm saying all the stuff that come to mind to me because I'm in the events and speaking and coaching space. What else could you do? You could mow lawns, you could start a lawn care service. You could do a million things. Any product or service that you can think of, you could turn into a business. And so it's not just figuring out kind of more or less what you want to do. Then it goes into, well, specifically, what do you want to do? And I think that for a lot of people, that becomes very, very overwhelming. Now, I've said before on the channel that direction is more important than perfection, and I 100% stand by that. You need to have a general idea of where you want to go, and as you get closer to it, things will begin to illuminate, and you'll start to say, oh, it's not here that I was trying to go, it's over here. And then you can start working towards getting there. And then you kind of spiral closer and closer and closer to your true calling and your true purpose. That's 100% true. But I believe I have found a way. I believe I have found a way that can shortcut the process just a little bit, or at least give you some better direction. It's a signal that if you hear it, if you see it, if you can find this thing, if you get that hey, warning light, you're getting close, if you can have that in your life, I'm telling you, you're on the right track. So what is this magical tool, this magical signal, this magical way of identifying if you're on track to find your purpose or not. Well, let me tell you a quick story. I was just downstairs, literally 30 minutes ago, doing a workout here in the gym in my apartment complex, and I got a call. And it was from somebody who wanted me to come speak at a school in Houston, Texas. Gonna be a quick trip, in and out, same day, come in, speak to a group of 50 kids, get out. And somebody else was actually supposed to do it, but they had a family emergency. They called me. And I said, absolutely, I'd love to do it. Now, I already know that I have a passion for speaking and coaching and pouring into people and helping people move the needle, get from where they are to where they want to be. You know, I already know that much. But I experienced something that I've never experienced before. See, when I first got that call, I wasn't not excited about the opportunity. I was happy about it, but I wasn't over the moon. I wasn't super hyped up or amped about it. It was just like, okay, great. This is going to be wonderful. But then they said something that really got me. They said, by the way, the school district is in a really rough neighborhood. There's a lot of violence in the neighborhood. There's very poor attendance, poor engagement from the parents. One of the kids in this group that you're going to be talking to is pregnant in high school. Some of them are in gangs. And they just started telling me these different things that these young men and women were going through. And all of a sudden, when I heard those things, I went from, okay, great, to we're about to go into battle. I got so excited. I got so hyped up. I literally hung up the phone. I was in the gym. I was like, I need to get some heavier weights. I got so excited. I got so energized. I got so passionate. I got so amped up for the opportunity to go speak to that particular group of kids because now I knew what they were struggling with. And now I felt, oh, God trusted me to go into this room and make an impact and to make a difference. Here's what I learned from that. If you are handed a circumstance or a situation from life, and it's something that most people would be challenged by, something that most people would say, oh, that actually makes it more difficult for me to get through to these people. That actually makes this situation harder for me. This is actually more difficult for me. And that's the way that 99% of the world views that thing. But you hear that, whatever that thing is, and you're like, this is going to be fun. Now I'm excited. Now I'm ready to go. That's your purpose. That is your purpose. So if you already kind of got an idea, and then that moment happens to you, it's something that intimidates others, yet excites you. That's your purpose. That is your purpose. Hey, good luck finding it. Till next time, every day means every day.